こんにちは、チャートマスターの根崎ゆきです。8月15日のセッションリキャップスコットのウェブセミナーを取っていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いいたします。それでは始めていきましょう。
So, session recap for the 14th of August. This is what we looked at in the New York session for the Sydney market, the Asian market, and for the London market later on today. All right, so euro dollar. Euro dollar has made a turn. All right, there's a very big real possibility that we'll have another move up to the top and then a sell because that would give us a head and shoulders. All right, so we will not take this buy right here. Do not take the buy because it's probably moving, it's trying to take a head and shoulders. All right, but when it comes up here and prints the head and shoulders, we want the sell to the downside. All right, so the first, if it gets that high, the first trade will be at the 33.11 down to 32.65. Okay.
まずユーロドルですね、240分チャートです。で、今これヘッド&ショルダーになりつつありますと、なる可能性がありますと。なので、これ今上がってきても買えませんよねと。で、ここから売っていきたいよねってことですね。3265 3265、まずここの3265まで一つ目売って、その後は3161ですね。ここのスペースを取っていきたいねってことですね。売っていきたいねということですね。
So that's what we're looking for, and I'll put it back up. Don't take the buy to the upside. Too dangerous. All right? They don't have to do a head and shoulders. All right? So they may just pop it up here to get the dumb money going the wrong way and then cream them. So we know that. We don't take the buy. We wait and ambush the sell at the top whenever that comes and sell it to the downside. All right, number two, pound. Pound is very close to the top. The top is probably at the 35.50 area. We're at 35.31. We probably only have 20 more pips in this thing. You can see it could stop right here, and we would have then another head and shoulders in here. See? Because the head and shoulders is a little wide, but it is. All right. We have lots of reason to come to the downside. We need to square this one up. We need to square this one up. We need to square this one up. All right. So the trade opportunity is down to the square up down here at the 618 pivot 55.31.
まずはこの次はポンドドルですね。240分なんですけども、5550、5550ですよね。ここが一つの壁になってるんじゃないかということで、ここトレンドラインもありますし、ここから下がってくるんじゃないかなと。このスペース取っていきたいよねということですね。
こ
のスペースはスクエアアップキャンドルがいくつかあるんですよね。この直近の2つもそうなんですけども、ここにも長いのがあって、ここまで下がってこなくちゃおかしいよねということですね。上から引いて S1234 ですね。S の4、そして618のフィブがある。ここまで戻ってくるんじゃないかなということを言っています。
500 you're going to look for the sell down to 53.51. It's 150 pips, folks.
53.51、5351まで売っていきたいということですね。で、150ピップありますから絶対取っていきたいようなトレードですねと。
We're interested in that, so we're going to move this up here for the sell, and we're going to look. I'm going to double our position once we take the support out down here. We're looking for 53.36. Dollar CAD, we're looking for it to continue to the downside. ABC, it's broken out here. There is not any room here, as you can see. There's just no room to make this trade. There's just no room. So walk away from the CAD. All right? Now, if for some reason it does break out of this wedge and pop here, then we'd be looking to come down to 102.54. All
right? ドルカナダですね、240分。ターゲットは 1.0254 です。ここのデイチャートのボトムなんですけども、今ウェッジにありますと。で、ベアフラッグですね、を割ってきてるので、売りなんですけども、もうスペースがないわけですよね。このウェッジの下のトレンドラインまでのスペースがないので、このウェッジを抜けてブレイクフックのところで、この下の0254まで取っていけることは可能ですけども、それまではできないですねと。
So if you get a break hook and go out of the wedge, you can see you're stuck in a wedge here, so you don't want to trade in a wedge, never trade in a wedge. Break hook and go outside, we're looking for 102.54. Right? So I'm just not that interested in this currency at all. But I'll put it here just in case. I don't know. All right, so over to the Swissy dollar. All right, we're looking to see if we can continue this move to the upside. It wasn't an info center alert from yesterday, and we're still trying to make this move up to the upside. They sold dollars today, which brought it down. Good news, they brought it down here. They were able to square up this candle here. Now we're in position to go to the target. Explicit target is 94.11.
ドルフランですね。9411、9411っていうところがターゲットです。で、今、スクエアップしてきているので、買いでいけますよねと。今後買っていきたいところですよねと。で、9411のターゲットまで買っていきましょうと。
Right, so that's a great trade right there if we can get it to happen. Right? So 94.11 is the trade right up in here. It's about 50 pips more right here. And then, of course, there's another trade above it. If we break 94.11, you want to break, hook, and go, you're going up to 94.50.
で、9411、9411をブレイクフック&ゴーしたら9450、9450を目指して、買っていきたいねと。
Dollar yen. Dollar yen, we're waiting to see if we break to the downside. If they continue to sell dollars, we'll see this go to the downside. If they don't sell dollars, this is a rectangle, which means we're going to the upside. It's a continuation move to keep this up to the top of the trend. All right, the top of the trend is up here about 99.30. All right, so there's about 60 pips in here in this big wide open space here. But quite frankly, folks, if this does do that, you're better off trading a pound or a euro because you'll have more profit up there on those than you will on the dollar yen. So watch the dollar yen. If it breaks to the north, go trade the euro yen, the AJ, or the pound yen. All right.
ドル円ですね。ドル円ですね。240分、60分チャートですね。で、今、ダウントレンドなんですけども、今、レクタングルになってきてます。このパターンだと1回上がってくるかもしれないですねということで、98円50銭より上で買っていきたいということですね。
That. But if we do break down in the bottom here, we're looking for a big mama jamma trade to the downside. All right, so that first part of that trade would be right here. All right, all these targets are taken out, so there's the second part of the trade right there. All right, so sell off would go down to 96.19. Two-part trade. This is a snowman, so we love snowman.
もし下がってくるようでしたら1つ目、もうすべてのターゲット取っているので、この HSI まで1つ目、2つ目、で最終的には96円19銭というところを狙って、売っていきたいということですね。
So we get to press our winners. Press your winners in a snowman. What does that mean? You double your position. That's what you do. When you break into the second area of the snowman, you double your position. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, we're looking to continue here. Maybe a possible move to the upside. We had a breakout. We had a bull flag. Now we can count up to what? Now we have more information, and we now can see this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so if we get the three wave going, we don't want to miss it. The three wave will probably stop somewhere around the R4.
OG ドルです。240分ですね。これは今、1、2、3波目に見えますよねと。で、3波目っていうのは大きいですから、この R4、このターゲットまでは行くんではないかなっていうことを言ってますね。で、R4 っていうのはここから取ってますね。この直近の安値から取った HSI の R4 ですね。
About 9300.
9300 と9300を、目指していきたいねということですね。
What is the trade opportunity? It's this down right here, and then this one right here. If it does finally break out, this will be the new trend. It's not a trend yet because we're not out yet. All right, but we do have a channel. We're ready to go. So those are the two trades right there. Should that occur? Euro yen. Euro yen. Again, let's see how it looks just like the dollar yen. Looks just like the dollar yen. All right. Let's take it up to 240 and see what it looks like. As you can see, well-built trend to the downside. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what's next? 5 to the downside. So we're looking for that opportunity. But more than likely, they're going to have to go up and tag that thing before they make that trade. If they go up and tag it, you're going to ambush it up here about 130.67, and you're going to trade it down. And when you break this support into here, you're going to trade it, double your position here. If you break that one, you're going to double your position here. So 3 opportunities.
ユーロ円ですね、240分見てます。ドル円と似てるんですけども、今、1、2、3、4、5波目が来るんじゃないかと。で、チャンネルラインに触ってきてから落ちてくる可能性がありますよねと。で、そしたら1つ目、2つ目っていうふうに取っていきたいよねということですね。
Opportunities here. All right. So ambush at 130.67 for a sell. If it proves it'll sell. It is also the breakout point for the upside. So you got to make sure it proves it to sell. When it breaks the support right down in here at 130, below 130, you're going to add double your position. If it keeps going, and as you can see, they can keep on going. If it keeps going, when it breaks out through the S5 at 129.02, you'll double your position again, and you'll trade it down to the double bottom and maybe all the way to the S6. All right. Double bottom is at 127.90.
で、そのまま下がってくるようでしたら、もう129円台ですよね。で、ダブルボトム、ここの、安値まで、下がってくる可能性も十分にあり得ますと。
Like in that trade, if it'll happen. This is well built. you can tell it's absolutely being technically traded by the big boys. All right? Euro yen is typically traded by the big boys, all right? and me. All right? I'm not a big boy, but I.
でもこのユーロ円というのはもう確実にビッグボーイズ、つまり銀行員とかがトレードしてテクニカル的にトレードしているチャートですよねと、ぜひやっていきたいことですね。
I trade the euro yen like crazy, especially when it's being a sell. All right? So, pound yen.
でスコットもこのユーロ円が一番好きなんですよね。でもうトレーディングライククレイジーも本当にすごくやるんだよねって今言ってて、で、特に売りの時はすごくやるんだよねってことを今言っていました。
Pound yen is going up, following the pound dollar, as we know. That doesn't have very far to go. You're right now in a wedge. All right, so what do we do in a wedge? We don't do anything. We can't trade this thing right now. We're in a wedge, so we want to stay out of this thing. All right. And in the big picture, this is a big bearish move, folks. We are really, really, really in a bearish move, as you can see up here. Big bearish move. All right. So I'm on a day chart showing you how you can look for the big picture. I moved up to here, and you can see that should turn it right there. It'll be 3 points off of a day chart trend, and we'll be looking for that trade in the downside.
で今本題なんですけど、今240分から見てて、240分ではこのウェッジの中に戻ってきたって言ってたんですよね。なのでトレードできないんですけど、大きくデイチャートで見てみると、このトレンドラインがあって、ここに跳ね返ってきたら売っていきたいですよねってことですね。
Now, obviously, they don't have to do that. So you can see there's a huge upside potential just as well. So either one we'll take. All right, but we got to have it prove that it's going to do that. But right now we're stuck inside this wedge. Right? I'm still considering it. Yeah, they've broken this one to the downside, but they keep popping back up into the upside. All right. So why are they doing that? And because it's following the pound dollar, and the pound dollar is being bought. See, Herman? See the correlation? The pound dollar is being bought, so it's following the pound dollar. Right? But as soon as we get to the top, we definitely want to sell if it happens. That's what we're looking for. New Zealand dollar. All right, we're trying to break the wedge right now. And we know the Aussie is breaking out to the upside or trying to break to the upside. So this makes sense because they're correlated and they run together. All right, so if this does break out and you get a break, hook, and go, we're looking to go up here to the R5. And that's about
キウイドルですね、ニュージーランドドル240分です。で、今ウェッジをブレイクしそうですと。なのでブレイクしてフックしてきたらこの R5、ここまで取っていきたいよねということですね。
60 pips away is at 8104. So that is a nice little trade. It's not a very big one, but New Zealand is a nice, smooth little currency. If you're a beginner, this is a great currency to trade because it doesn't rock and roll against you very much. It just does very measured moves, as you can see. So we'll be looking for that, and of course, if we break the 8104, we're going up to 8165. Aussie yen, right? Aussie yen. 240. Notice, see, I don't do anything unless I'm on a 240 chart. See where I immediately go? 240 chart. I can't see anything unless I'm on a 240 chart. Right? That's what we trade. We trade the 240. We enter on the 10, but we're trading the 240. There's our opportunity. It's a very small one right here, but then there's a big opportunity right above it here. So we got to trade.
OG 円ですね。240分です。で、やっぱりスコットのやつを240分で見てるわけですよね。で、10分でエントリーするけど、240分で何もないときはやらないということを言ってます。で、OG 円はここまず1つ目、HSM まであるんですけども、その上が本当にトレードしたいっていうところですよね。この大きなスペース取っていきたいねと。
Small lots in the small area and big lots in the big area, okay? So trade 1 is down here up to 90.16 on the break hook and go of this 89.75. And you can see this may happen right after we close the market down. All right? Up to here, you take a small position, do not limit out. Wait for the break hook and go in here and double your position for 91.10 to 99.20 up in that area right up in here. So big wide open space. Do not miss wide open spaces.
まあここがワイドオープンスペースということですね。絶対逃したくないところですよねと。
That's your opportunity. Do not trade unless you have a wide open space. All right? And that's all there is to it. All right? Euro pound, we're seeing if we can continue this down. There's no trade for us at all, but those we already have traders who got in this from yesterday. They're doing really well. We're looking for a target down there, 85.12, and maybe all the way down to 84.96. Alright, so hang on to those trades, boys and girls.
ユーロポンドですね。これは昨日ターゲットをそのまま、トレードしていきたい、売っていきたい感じですねという感じでしたね。で、次はユーロオージーいきたいと思います。
You're Aussie. We would love to see the bounce, but right now it's not giving us a bounce, but it's also not giving us a breakout. All right, so it's going to be one or the other here. If it bounces, we're looking at for this trade right here. We've already been here. Then we're looking for this one on top of that. All right, the Euro Aussie can go further, so we could go all the way up to here. Lots of big wide open spaces here. Don't miss the buys on this currency.
ユーロ時240分チャートなんですけども、今デイチャートのトレンドラインで跳ね返りそうですねと。で、まあ跳ね返ってもないし、ブレイクもしてないんですけども、もし跳ね返ってきたらこの HSI の間、ずっと取っていきたいですよねと。買いで、もし買いになってきたら絶対にこのユーロオージーは逃したくない買いになってきますということですね。
But if we get a breakout here, I'd be leery of taking it because of these bottoms right here. You want to take it below here. All right? Actually, what you want to do is have them take the target out, pull back up, and then take the trade to here. So unless you get target, take it out, pull back, and then you have enough money to make the trade right in here.
まあこのもしトレンドラインブレイクしてきても売るっていうことはあんまりなくて、売る可能性っていうのは低くて、まずボトムがあることですね。なのでこのボトムを割ってきてフックして戻ってきてこのターゲット、狭いスペースしかないですよねっていうことですね。
So it's 45 degrees when you auto scale, James. So I'm making them big here, so you can see. But all I have to do is auto scale and it changes it. But that's too hard for you to see it. So I always make the chart big for you guys to see it. Right? So on your own charts, though, you put the trend on, then you auto scale it and make sure it's 45 degrees or less. Right? So that's where the opportunity is. So let me put the buys on here. We want to take a buy on the bounce. If we get the bounce, we want to take the buy up to the R3. Alright, then we want to take a break of the R3 to the R4. And if we break that, we want to take a trade above the 147.12, which is above this PSR, and we want to make that trade up there. Euro CAD. Euro CAD is also in the same spot, right down here at the bottom of the trend line right here. It remains to be seen. If we get the bounce, it's pretty easy to see. We're looking for this big trade right up in here. A breakout, however, a break up and go, we're looking to come down to 35.87.
ユーロカナダですね。ユーロカナダ下のターゲットは3587なんですけども、それはまあブレイクフック&ゴーしてきたらですよね、このトレンドライン。で、今一番考えられるのはここのスペースの買いですよね。ここを買っていきたいということを言ってます。で、この下から引いた HSI の1、2、3、4、5ですよね。R5 まで取っていきたいねということですね。
So which one do we want? We don't care which one we get, but we like the bounce because it continues the trend. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So the 5 makes sense up in here. All right, so we'll look and see if we get it. And they're working hard to take the bottom of the trend line out right now. So we'll see if we get that bounce. We are definitely interested in the bounce if we get.
で、まあこれ跳ね返ってきたらユーロカナダすごく楽しみなトレードになってきそうですと。なので跳ね返りを待ちたいと思いますと。
Get it. CAD yen. Up to the 240. Up to 240, you can see here, right here. This is a big downtrend in the bigger picture. Let's take it to a day chart so you can see it. So in the big picture, we are very bearish here. But this is a real hard bottom here, so we can still run up to the top here. And in which case, it's got to be. I'm going to take this off here. It's no longer there. Run this back a little ways. Now that candle's big, I can't see that. So I had to go up, shrink it down so I can go back and see it. So now you can see where we're in. We're inside a wedge. Everybody see that? We're inside a wedge. So it is a day chart wedge, however. We don't really, we're leery of trading on a day chart wedge, but we can trade in a day chart wedge if we get a good trend. The problem with this trend is it's too steep, as you can see. And because it's too steep, we know they've got to correct it. All right? So if they correct this down here and bounce it and get a halfway decent move like that, then we'll be interested in the trade. So.
カナダ円ですね、トレンドラインを引き直しました。そうしたらばデイチャートのウェッジにもありますよねと。ピンクのトレンドラインですね。で、今この黄色いトレンドラインは240分のトレンドなんですけども、これちょっと急すぎるよねってことなんですよね。なので急すぎるってことはどういうことかというと、一回必ずコレクション、リトレースとかも言いますけど、こうプルバックしてないとコレクションしないとおかしいと。 で、また跳ね返ってきたら、今度はこういうチャンネルラインができて、このチャンネルに沿って上がっていくんじゃないかなっていうことを言ってます。
Wait for the pullback and then look to see if you get the trade up here. Alright, so that's a little bit more complicated trade, so, newbies should not even think about that trade. New Zealand yen. Alright, New Zealand yen again. Alright, if I auto scale this, you're going to see, I've scrolled it down, but it's a little steep, but not too bad. Alright, for the New Zealand yen, we haven't taken this top out. We almost did, so we need a pullback. If we pull back down into here, we'll look for the bounce. Alright, so we need a pullback to square this candle up. You can see they need to square this up, pull back in here, and we'll have this trade right here, and then this trade right above it, right above it. Alright, so there they are. So pull back down around 78, 50 area.
9円ですね。9円は1回リトレースしてきて、78円50銭エリア。で、跳ね返ってきたら1つ目、2つ目っていうふうに買っていきたいですねと。
Okay. Got still on my outlook up. Let me close that. All right. So down around the 78.50 area, we'll look for the bounce back here, and then we'll double our position above the 7,900, going to 79.32. All told, that'll be about 70 pips. All right. So looking for that opportunity right there. All right, pound New Zealand. All right, we have a breakout right now, but it's still tentative. It hasn't shown as much, but it does show us something here. See the exhaustion wicks here? Every time they go back up, they find sellers. All right, then when you come back down here, they find buyers. All right, so what's the problem? The pound is near the top of its trend. Therefore, they're waiting for the pound to hit it, and then they'll decide whether they're going to be a buyer or seller. So in reality, we have a big sideways move until that gets decided. All right? So that's what we do. We're waiting for that. If we get a bright buy, we're looking for this big opportunity here. If we're getting a sell, we won't be able to trade it till down here because this is still wishy-washy. It could still be a sideways move.
ポンドキウイですね。今、ポンドキウイはもう、完全にもう行ったり来たりレンジに入っていて、このエグゾションウィークっていう長いヒゲですよね。上がろうと思ったらヒゲが出て下がって、下がろうと思ったら長いヒゲが出て上がって。つまりこれは今トレンドに乗るのを待っているわけですよね。なので上がってきたらこのスペース取っていきたいですし、下の場合はこのボトムを割ってきてからしかトレードしたくないですけどもっていう感じですね。もうちょっと動きを見て動きが出てきたらやっていきたいと思いますということでした。
So I'm looking for the buy. I want to buy above 93.50 and excuse 9400. We're going up to 94.74 right up in here. A break at 94.74. You double your position up to 96.09. Right? It can do that, as you can see. It can rock and roll if it wants to. All right? So we'll look for that buy. The sell, I'm not interested until I get way, 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 way down here. And I'll have to redo the charts at that point. All right, silver, for those of you who can, we're waiting for the continuation. Oh, we got it. So we're already in the continuation to the top. Our target here is 2204.
銀ですね、シルバー XAG ですけども2204、2204っていうところが今ターゲットですと。
2204, if it goes fast though, which it is going fast, they're going to run into the trend line first. So if they run in the trend line, they'll either pull back or they'll go sideways, and then when they get enough room here, they'll pop it up to that target.
で今チャンネルのトレンドラインの上にあるので、一回横ばいになるか下がってきてからもう一回上がるんじゃないかなということを言ってます。
So we've hit every target so far all the way up. We're looking for that target right there. So those of you across the pond who can trade it, you can see you should be trading XAG because it's technically traded by the big boys. Right? What are they doing with the dollar right now? They're not doing anything. We're selling. They're right back now. We got a break and a hook. So who knows what it's going to do here? We're waiting to see if it goes to go or we hook back up and we go sideways again. It's August, so that makes total sense. All right. Pound cheap. This was a trade set up from yesterday, and most of the traders made on an average of 45 pips. We took out this target here. Here we're taking all these targets out. I really need to dash them all. I'm not going to do it here, but you can see the next target is at 54. We're at 30. No place for us to go with this thing at this point.
ポンドフランですね。次のターゲットは54。54というところなんですけども、もうすでにもうあと数十ピップしかありませんと、20ピップぐらいしかないので、ちょっとこれはトレードできないですねっていうことを言ってます。
Above here, however, we have a big space to the R6 up here, so we could do that. We don't have any PSRs above here. That's the last PSR right there. So we'll have to do this with fibs. So let's see what the fibs tell us.
で、そこの水色の線、っていうところを超えてきたら R6 っていうのがあるので、このスペース取りに行けますねと。この間もう、サポートレジスタンスないので、この間取っていけますねということですね。
Opposite of fib extensions here. And 618 is right there. So we were looking for the 618 at 4603. So up here, move your stop type at 4554. If you break hook and above here, you want to go to 618, which is at 4603. About 105th trade, folks. So
で、このフィブ引いてみたら、4603、1.4603、1.4603 にターゲットが出てきたので、この水色の線、ブレイクフック&ゴーで狙っていきたいよねということですね。
we'll definitely be interested in that trade, and it can do it. All right. Down cheap and get up and rock and roll, as you can see. All right. Structure the market. What does it tell us? We got a 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe a 4 will happen up here, and then the 5 wave. All right. So we could hit this, pull back off this, and then do the 5 wave up here. All right. So when it hits here, if it pulls back, sit on your hands until we get the pullback done, and then trade it all the way up to the R6 at 145.56. Pound Aussie. Yeah, you're right, Victor. Sorry, I didn't see that in there. All right, Pound Aussie, I'm not sure yet. I don't know if they're running up the channel or the trend, and they're going to break up to the upside, or this is nothing more than an AB, and we're looking for the C. All right. More and more, it's looking like the C will happen. All right, so that would make this a bear flag for the C to happen because they have every opportunity to take this to the upside. It's got a pound in it. The pound is going to the upside, and this is doing nothing. All right, it's not doing a thing. So traders who took the bounce on here did very, very well. Fast track traders took that trade. All right, but us finding a trade in here is going to be very difficult. If it does finally prove that it's not a bear flag and it's actually a continuation move, then we're looking to go up to the double.
ポンド時ですね。これ上に抜けてきたらここを取っていきたいですし、下にブレイクしたらここまで取っていきたい。で、今ポンドは全て上がってるんですけど、これが上がってないのですごく気になるところですと。で、ダブルトップまで行きそうですよねと。ブレイクしてきたらこのダブルトップまで行くんじゃないかなということを言ってますね。
The sell, and we're looking to come back down and square this candle up right here. All right, so it's back to the R5 at 6704. All right. I don't know which one of those it's going to do, so I'm prepared for either one of them, and I will wait and see when it proves what it is. All right, so right now it's not proving anything. It's proving it can run up the trend line. That's all it's proving. So that's what you got to do. You got to wait for the currency to prove what it's going to be. All right. Here in New Zealand, very interested in this trade to the downside. Take it to the 240, and you can see why. There's a double bottom here. The bottom is pretty well etched in stone, as you can see. It's a day chart bottom right there, and we got 70 pips down to there. All right, so we're looking for that continuation to the downside. All right, and it's got problems here because we got lots of bottoms here. Everybody see that? You don't see this unless you get up to a big chart. There's bottoms right here. There's a bottom right here that's stalling this out. So when we break this barrier and hook, we're looking for 70 pips down to 64.12. I don't want to miss that trade. That's a nice trade.
ユーロキウイですね。ユーロキウイはこのボトムっていうところがすごく強くて、これ抜けてきたらここまで、絶対取っていきたいですよねということですね。1.6412 ここまで取っていきたいねということですね。
Right there. So this currency moves smooth, as you can see. When it starts trending, it just trends and trends and trends and trends and trends. This is gone. This channel it was in was gone. Right? And we were looking for a bounce up here, and this was just like the other one said, it's running along the trend wall. This is the one that ran up on the trend wall, and what did it end up being? An A, B, and then a C. All right? So this could very well be a C all the way down to here and even lower. All right? So this is what we're looking at there over that pound cheap, and it proved that it is a C. All right? So maybe that's what it's doing here. We'll see. We're waiting to finish this off. A lot of traders are already in this. Most of them are up 40, 50, 60, even 80 pips on this trade. Nice work for those of you traders. All right?
その下もありえますよねということですね。で、もう結構売ってる人も今いますよねと、ナイストレードでしたねということを言ってます。
There you go. Okay, and yeah, I want to say the same thing. Pip just did the same thing. It's great to watch you guys learn how to work the room. All right, the room we're not sitting at that room for 2 weeks over there when we were in there with 2,000 traders was a madhouse, nuts thing. But now we filtered all that out, and now we've got the real traders here, and we're glad, and we can leave the chat open because it's not going nuts, all right? So we can take it to we're getting good questions. Nice work for everybody getting good questions, because good questions allow us to expand on that, and everybody learns based on the answer. And that's what I tell everybody. If you have a question, don't email me. Save it for the live room. If you send me an email and I answer it, you're the only one who got the answer. If you ask the question in the live room, everybody gets the answer, right? So yeah, it's much better open if we can leave it open, but we had to close it down because people were getting absolutely bazonker over there. So thanks for everybody. I will see all of you tomorrow for my fast trackers. I will see you in about...
はい、というわけで今日のセッションリキャップここまでです。最後言ってたんですけど、2週間前まですごいもう何千人っていう、もう2000人って言ってましたけど、もう本当すごいたくさんのトレーダーが来てて、2000人はすごく大げさだと思うんですけど、すごく多くのトレーダーが来てて、もういろんな質問が来たりして、で、意味のわからない質問とかですよね。で、それをこうフィルターかけてこういう新しくやって、すごくいい質問とかをもらえてて、皆さんありがとうございますみたいなことを言っていました。そんな感じで今日のセッションリキャップここまでですね。また明日撮っていきたいと思います。それではどうもありがとうございました。失礼します。